We have also, as you know, taken steps to adjust, not just adjust, we have taken steps to rectify the procedures and policies as it's associated with our deployment of the tornado sirens. I issued an executive order this morning that very clearly defines that process. The fire department has been a tremendous partner in redefining that. We have issued that this morning, and I have full confidence moving forward that the fire department will be deploying the tornado sirens reliably, effectively, and immediately as required and directed to save to protect the community. I also want to say we are in the process of automating that system. Within a year, there will not be a need to have a human being press the button. That will be an automated system that will be in place within a year. Because at the end of the day, the siren failure should have never happened, and it never will happen again.
Since last evening, the fire department has reviewed every protocol, every procedure that was in place. We are establishing new protocols and new procedures. The fire department, we're about redundancy and resiliency. We cannot have a failure at any point in any type of policy or any type of mechanical device. We have to have backups. With that, we brought in the National Weather Service. They were on site this morning. We went through every piece of equipment that we have at Fire Alarm Dispatch to make sure that everything was operational. Anything that we thought was marginal, we're having it replaced. The contact system. Like I mentioned, redundancy. I wanted a minimum of 3 contact points. Right now we have 4. We have text, we have email, we have a phone call. We also have what's called a NAWAS system, which is a secured line directly from the National Weather Service that will notify us of impending issues coming in. So we are also set up training for this week for all members to make sure that everybody is on the same page, including the National Weather Service, as how this system will be activated. So that will be ongoing. We will put out written procedures, which we are working on right now.
And I have absolute faith in our system, and I do have faith that the fire department, especially now that we've outlined the protocol. The protocol was really the problem here. I want to reiterate that. Not having a clear delineation of where the buck stops, that was the problem. We have done that, we have rectified the issue, and I have confidence in the system moving forward. I don't know that we're conducting a full investigation internally. I will say that. Will we have the answers today? I don't know the answer to that, but there is a protocol. There was a protocol that was put in place in 2021. We are looking to share that today. I believe we're sharing that protocol, what that was. How the breakdown, where the breakdown actually took place is something we are still doing an internal investigation on, but the protocol should at least be available today.
Mr. President, have the sirens been working properly? With those 5 deaths been avoided?
I don't know the answer to that. The sirens are really and very specifically designed to address and alert people that are outside to come in and seek shelter. They're really not designed, the purpose of the sirens is not to alert people that are inside a dwelling. That's what those notifications are for. So I can't say the answer to that. I will say that the city was notified at, I think, 2:34. The tornado had hit the ground within minutes, a very small number of minutes. The loss of life is tragic. I can't predict whether or not that happened, but certainly the failure to have the sirens go off is a failure. And we have rectified the protocol, rectified the issue.
We'll be able to talk.
I see everything Sarah Russell said, so I can't speak to that, but I'd be curious to learn.
They said that it was the fire department's responsibility, or the fire office's responsibility.
I'm not going to speak to that. I haven't seen her point, but I can speak to it later once we've kind of identified what you're speaking to. I don't want to speak to something I'm not specifically sure what was said.
Obviously,
it is a very sensitive issue, and I want to be very, very accurate in this. Is why I'm taking.
Still a lot of unanswered questions.
And I understand. I'm upset as well. I share that. The concerns about the sirens are real, they are valid, and they are shared by me. And it is absolutely, we are doing our best to be transparent and forthcoming while also making sure that our focus is ensuring that it never happens again. And the safety and security and the response is our priority. We want to balance that, and we do want to answer your questions, and your questions will absolutely, they're valid, they deserve an answer, and they will get one. I just want to point out that we are triaging a whole host of things right now, and we want to be sensitive to that as well. Thank you.